Why I eat what I eat. In our society, we have many different types of food on the streets, in our homes, and even at the beach available as we have progressed to a more multicultural society. In Islam, ethnicity does not exist. Why do we eat food, and what exactly does it mean to us? Well, food's function is simply to provide energy for our body system, such as respiration and blood circulation. It helps maintain and regulate the blood temperature, the body temperature. It heals and protects us from infections and diseases, and at the end of the day, it satisfies our hunger. However, as a Muslim, I have certain restrictions to what I can and what I cannot eat. For instance, I can't eat ham or drink alcohol as they are prohibited in Islam. Fortunately, there are other alternatives such as lamb, chicken, and fish. But there are also conditions for lamb and fish and chicken, as we have to read the zibah. Sometimes I feel that my religion is represented badly as the media pressurizes us into conforming to the norms of the ruling class's values, to be like them, eat like them, and dress like them. This affects my maintenance strategies as the media isolates us as Muslims, which forces us to mix with people who are like us, creating this binary opposition of us and them. At times, it is really difficult for a young man like myself who lives in a Christian country, since alcohol is a common way of socializing here in the UK. However, I do have limitations as my religion prohibits this. This affects my social life as I wouldn't be able to eat in a non-halal restaurants with, for example, my friends. During the holy month of Ramadan, we are required to fast for 30 days, from dawn to dusk. This is obligatory for the individuals who are in good health conditions. When we break our fast, it is called iftar. We traditionally eat 3 dates and a glass of water, pray, and then eat the main meal. As Somalians, we tend to have food like samosa, meat, with rice and homemade pizza, kebab, and porridge as the main meal or iftar. In a capitalist society, we have the freedom of choice, so we choose to buy other food which is not relatively traditional, simply like Cadbury chocolate. However, as I live in the UK, I don't feel good when I tell people that I'm fasting, as this sort of information is in my hidden part of the Johari window, as it isolates me from my friends and makes me feel really uncomfortable. At the end of the holy month of Ramadan, we as Muslims celebrate the religious festival Eid with all our friends and families, which essentially strengthens our relationship bonds. As we only have 2 Eids in the year, we traditionally eat sweet food such as halwa, gelato, and doshi, and at times, basbousa, which is a very sweet cake. We also have some untraditional sweets like chocolate, especially for the young children, as they are not used as they are not used for the beautiful cultural food of Somalia. This celebration means a lot to me and my family, as we get to see our family members whom we haven't seen in a very long time. Furthermore, in my culture, we have different meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For example, for breakfast, we have lohlo, which is literally a different form of pancake, or mishari, which is a certain type of porridge that tastes really amazing. For lunch, we always have either rice or pasta with banana. We don't tend to eat dinner as our Somalian food isn't very healthy and it is not recommended as it could lead to many diseases such as diabetes and heart disease, as the majority of the Somalis have diabetes or a form of heart disease. The pasta wasn't a Somalian invention, rather it was an Italian. In 1892, the Italians labeled our land, Somalia, as the Horn of Africa. This elevated our status as it made us feel elite among other groups who surrounded Somalia, such as Ethiopia. Somalian drinks are very exotic and have such vintage taste, such as homemade mango latte, lemonade, and Vimto. After a huge meal with the family, we turn on the bukhor, which is literally hot charcoal with luban, which literally melts on the hot coal and gives a beautiful smell, which we put on so that it clears the air of smelly, oily food. When we have family around, bukhar becomes vital, and so does tea and biscuit, which isn't really traditional. Moreover, other cultures are very different to ours. For example, simple things like what you eat can portray what class you are from. The food we eat can reflect who we are as a person from age, gender, and ethnicity. For example, as a British Somali Muslim, I find it really uncomfortable sometimes to conform to how people eat outside, as I am used to eating with my bare hands at home, but my friends eat with knife and forks, which really isn't a big deal. One example of this is when I went to Nando's and began to eat rice and chicken with my hand, and everyone rather stared at me, and I was clueless as I thought it was normal, but I guess I learned the hard way that in society outside you are not meant to eat with your hand. That this hasn't stopped me from eating with my hands. However, it does make me paranoid. There's absolutely nothing wrong with eating with their hands as long as they are clean.